You're looking at the tremendous crowd at Belfort Lanes in Houston, Texas, as Don Carter is bowling against this fellow, Keith Little of Dallas, Texas, bowling for $5,000.
There's a real big frame for Little. As you see, he has 48 through the third with a double up. He's down to Don Carter in the match by 29 pins. He could pick up 10 of those with a hit right here, which would give him a three-bagger. Let's see how Keith Little is able to do. He's on lane 15 in the sixth frame. Way out with that ball. Coming up in. Oh, look at that 8-pin. Where did that come from? Boy, you couldn't ask for a better hit than that, and he'll be lamenting that thing for many a day, I'm sure, because he had a chance in this match. He still has a chance, however, but they really diminished with that 8-pin popping up and looking at him. That hurt.
And another expert shaking his head. I watched Dick Hoover, who was down by Don Carter in the first semifinal. Had to look twice to believe it. For the 8-pin, here is Keith Little of Dallas.
Keith is still shaking his head because he knew that he could really use that one. He's down by 30 pins. They each have a spare in the sixth frame. And with only 4 more frames to go, and against a formidable opponent like Don Carter, why, nothing but trouble. You see, a 30-pin lead for Don Carter.
Next week, we're at the Oak Hills Bowling Lanes in San Antonio, Texas, for the PBA Oak Hills Open.
After that, Oklahoma City,
Oklahoma City,
San Jose, Las Vegas.
Did you say Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Little trying to start something going for himself. And he leaves the 5-pin. The new spare master, Bill Lillard of St. Louis, meets Joe Donato of Schenectady, New York tonight on Make That Spare, immediately after the Fight of the Week on ABC TV.
Keith Little now, carefully positioning himself. It's about his same starting spot for a first frame ball as he goes for the 5-pin and covers it. Now there's Don Carter, the man that's the leading money winner on the PBA Tour with over $11,000. The exact amount is $11,422. He's bowling here at the Belfort Lanes. I think manager Bob Halliday has handled this tournament beautifully.
There's Carter with that good 10-pin action, getting that real fine kick from the 6, gives him 147 through the 6th frame with a strike up. He maintains his lead over Keith Little. It's 31 pins as Carter streaks for $5,000, and he's bowling in the 8th frame.
And as we pointed out before, he has finished second 3 times. In other words, losing in 3 finals on the PBA Tour. And if he can win this will be his first actual victory, yet he is the leading money winner. Prize money scaled down beautifully for these bowlers, going right down to 20. The 20th one on the list has earned nearly $3,000.
There's a double for Carter, increasing his lead even further over Keith Little, 41 pins, and this match isn't over, but is not far from it. Keith Little has 116 through the 6 with a spare up, and it's very obvious that he has to start a string to have any chance at all here in the 8th, 9th, and 10th frames. Got to put those strikes together. And no 10-pin this time. In his last 3 deliveries, he has left an 8-pin, a 5-pin, and a 10-pin. He's been in the pocket. Gives him 135 through the 7th. And he'll be shooting at the 10-pin for a spare. Carter has a possible 267 game here. There's Carter. He started with 4, spared twice, and has come back with a double. Little shooting a 10-pin. In the 8th frame. Covers. Gives him 135 through the 7th with a spare up.
Got a pretty good idea there from watching Keith Little as he came back from the line, rubbing the perspiration off the forehead. The pressure is really tremendous here.
He has a possible 215 if he can strike out from this point. Carter, a possible 267.
Keith Little had a 212 in downing Don Bickford in the second semifinal. Bickford 200. Carter beat Dick Hoover 230 to 205.
Little in the ninth is way out, comes way up and carries. Boy, he carries from a lot of angles. That fellow with that hook of his, I never thought he'd come up to that one. And then when he did, down they went. A real mixer in there, and he gets his strike in the ninth frame. Well, Carter opens here. If Carter opens, the way would be paved for Little to make an exciting finish for us. However, if Carter bangs another one in there, why, that'll be it.
On 15.
And he hits. That's 3 in a row for him. And that's the match. You're looking at a fellow who's $5,000 richer than he was just a few moments ago. Don Carter. Keith Little will be relegated to second place money of $3,000. By the way, this is a $25,000 tournament. Now here's Carter in the 10th frame, a chance to give the fans an additional thrill of witnessing a 267 game. We had a 298 rolled in this tournament, Chris.
Yes, and a pair of 290s along the way, and just a great number of high scores, 260s and so forth. Carter on 14.
That ball really hooked. And he split, but then he's glad he didn't get that one in the last frame. This is Carter's 10th frame. Possible 232 now. If he covers the 610 here.
And if that becomes a reality, as you look now at the 6-7-10, putting together a 230 and a 232 is pretty good bowling on television.
Looked like he was trying to cover. Carter finishes with 232. Bowled 230, then 232. He has won this match and the $5,000 that goes with it. And there's little doubt but that Keith Little, at whom you're looking right now, and who still has a chance for a very respectable game of 215, is quite a sentimental favorite with the crowd here.
He's done a wonderful job, Keith Little.
He's a freewheeler up there. Leaves the 7th in this time. 195 is his best possible game now. However, he is assured of $3,000, and I imagine it'll cause us to see more of Keith Little on this tournament trail.
And speaking of hooks, Jack, it brings back memories of Billy Whaley a few years ago, and Bill Lillard, who had those big white sweeping hooks, and Don Carter, steady, consistent president of the PBA, has won his first PBA tournament in 1962 as Keith Little covers the 7th pin.
Gives him 175 through the 9th frame and a possible 195 game if he can hit here with his last delivery. And this tournament is all but over. We started off in terrific fashion with that Carter-Hoover match. Carter started with 4 in a row. Hoover's fared and then came up with 3. We'll have a chance to recap both the matches for you after a while.
Here's Keith Little. The hospital 10 days ago with a virus infection has come out here and has finished second out of 144 bowlers.
194.
And the Texas fans give a homestader fine round of applause, and we'd like to applaud him too for having done such a great job in this tournament in Houston, Texas. Tremendous. And we'll be right back to meet the winner of today's exciting tournament on Professional Bowlers Tour.
There you are, Don. $5,000. He was a very fine opponent for you in the final.
Yes, he was, Jack. I think he should be congratulated. He's only bowled, I think, about 3 of our tournaments, and he bowled very well. In fact, I was very fortunate to beat him. Played a little Mickey Mantle there, you know. Left side and then the right side, the first 4 frames. And I hope Dick Weber didn't see this show.
He'll be on you, huh?
Yeah, he'll be on me pretty good.
Well, listen, if Weber had bowled well, he'd have been here to see it.
Yeah, yes, he would. Thank you, Jack.
Don. Don, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you very much.
And that takes care of it. Craig Schenkel, it's all yours.
The next stop on Professional Bowlers Tour is San Antonio, Texas. And Jack Buck and I will again bring you the semifinal and final matches of another great bowling tournament next Saturday afternoon on the ABC Television Network.